Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First I want to say happy Saturday to everyone. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. I want to talk about the takeoff case some more, y'all. There is something definitely a brewing. And, you know, there's paperwork being released right now, y'all. Paperwork on the affidavit, okay? There's affidavits of DJ Pat that's coming out right now, y'all. And they got some little stipulations that, you know, if he gets the bond, okay, this is what he has to do in order, you know, if he gets the bond, okay? Now, we all know he has a $2 million bond now, which don't make no sense. I'm going to tell y'all that don't make no sense at all, especially with the information that they're giving us. They're saying that, you know, he went and got a passport and all this. If somebody went and got a passport to run, he got caught with a whole bunch of money and all this stuff that they're telling us, then why do he have a bond? Ask yourself that question. Okay, y'all? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So this one right here, he was the first one that got arrested. And as I said before, Lil Cam, I was like, you know, he's going to get the heat off of mob ties because he's family. Okay, he's family. So what better way to get the heat off of mob ties than to point the finger somewhere else? Now, if it's true or not, you know, we don't know yet. We haven't seen no footage. We haven't seen none of that. And like I said before, if there was footage of, you know, DJ Pat, then that would have been put out just like all the other footage was put out with other people with, you know, toys in their hands. Okay? And weapons in their hands. We saw all of that, so why don't we see any footage of the one that is actually being accused of with anything in his hand? You know, I'm just saying, y'all. I ain't seen it yet. Okay? It's odd to me. Because if they had whatever, you know, footage that they have, that they're claiming that they have, why hadn't they been arrested him? You know what I'm saying, y'all? So, you know, a lot of people think that Lil Cam told. And I personally feel that way too. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. Lil Cam is going to say what mob ties tell him to say. He had enough time to get their stories together as to which way they was going to take this. Okay, y'all? So after he's arrested, then this guy is arrested all of a sudden. Okay? DJ Pat. DJ Pat is arrested, and there's no footage of him, you know, pulling anything out and pointing it toward Takeoff at all. But they're saying that he's the one. He's the one. Now, ask yourself this question, y'all. And I have to continue to ask everybody this. Why would he just hit into a crowd? He could have easily hit one of Mob Ties members if he was just, you know, recklessly hitting into a crowd, which I doubt he was doing. I do believe that they had a target of who they wanted to take out. The 230, the whole thing, it adds up to that this was a hit. Okay, and they start picking with, you know, Quavo at a particular time, so everything can go down at a particular time. And they were on a mission for the 230 mark, okay, y'all? And notice how everybody was saying it was 230, this happened at 230, this or that. And now the news reports, now that they, you know, now that they're bringing up this guy, they're changing the time into 240. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. When stuff start changing, that means that, you know, something is a brewing. Something is a brewing. Either a cover up is a brewing, or they're trying to send us off, y'all. They're trying to send us off. So let's keep going. So this is the affidavit. Okay, this is the affidavit for Patrick, DJ Pat, and they're saying that if he, you know, makes bond, they're saying that he cannot, you know, have any kind of, you know, any kind of contact with Jay Prince Jr. and Shakur Stevenson. Now, ask yourself this question, y'all. For them to say he cannot have anything to do with them, it's two things must be going on right now. Either J. Prince Jr. and Shakur Stevenson, which I told y'all that he was going to be a witness. I said this when this whole thing started. I said, watch and see. The Shakur Stevenson guy is going to be their witness. And it's falling into place, just like I said, y'all. Either they're the witnesses, both of them, or they're a person of interest. Okay? And I'm banking on witnesses. Now, the crazy part about this whole thing is, Jay Prince, he's always, speaking of respect and no snitching. But yet and still, your son right here is on an affidavit. He's snitching. I told y'all it's some double standards goes on in the Prince family, okay? Only they can do certain things, but everybody else can't. When you want to protect your communities from these, hitters and people that's, taking out the young and the innocents and the older and innocents, Jay Prince pushes to not snitch, y'all, okay? When you lose a loved one or whatever, or somebody sees what happened, he pushes no snitching, okay? But when something happens to somebody in their family, remember when, one of the nephews or cousins or somebody was taken out about a year or two ago, he jumped on social media and put out the word that if anybody knew something, let him know, okay? So he wanted people to snitch when it comes to his family. Now, this is another double standard here. So now that the fact that every time J. Prince Jr. throws these illegal gambling parties that the city and state know about, but they still let them do it, every time somebody comes up missing, not missing, but demised or whatever, everybody's starting to point fingers at J. Prince Jr. because he's the one throwing these events. He's the one that's inviting these hitters to these gatherings. All right, everybody that's mixed up in everything that's going on is connected to J. Prince. Okay, J. Prince Jr. So now that, the heat is on them, he wants the heat off of him. He wants to snitch. He wants to tell that DJ, Pat is the one that did it, not us. Okay? And pay attention to the witnesses, y'all. You have a known street association. Okay? He's called mob ties, y'all. So you mean to tell me he's a witness to somebody else taking somebody out, and I got so many people that's affiliated with him that's dropping bodies? How does this work, y'all? Y'all please explain it to me. How does some street associates can be a trick, a snitch, but others can't? They look down on other people when they do it. But when J. Prince Jr. does it, he has an excuse. Okay? I told y'all when this stuff was lingering on for so long and there was no rest right away, I knew it that they were getting together, their alibis and what they were going to say and this and that and that and this. And still and all, even though everybody's pointing the finger at, DJ Pat, I still feel like in some shape, way, or form that he's playing his position, like he said. He put this video out talking about, sometimes you got to play your position. And I do believe that he feels like he's playing a position right now. Okay? I'm wondering another thing about this guy is he going to bond out just so somebody can take him out? So they can just throw this under the rug and he, going about his business? Pay attention to the fact that when they're moving this guy around, because somebody just put a video up saying that, he had security like he was the president, y'all. They had so many armed security and stuff taking him to court today. Or yesterday, whenever he went to court today. They had so much security around him. And they were like armored up like they was, the SWAT team or something. SWAT, whatever you call it. I said SWAT. The SWAT team, y'all. This is how they were all geared up to move him around. So is that a sign that they are, lining him up? They're about to line him up? They're making it look like in the presence of the public, y'all. Pay attention. That he has a target on his back and people want him. They want him out of here. Okay? This is what the police is pushing out there in our face right now. So which makes me think that if he do bond out, he might get taken out, y'all. They might just try to take him out, and then they're gonna shut this down and act like we had called him, but he bonded out, and somebody took him out. So case closed. Okay, y'all. Pay attention. When I saw that, and the guy was like, he was in a restaurant eating on this video, and he was like, all of a sudden the lot filled up with a bunch of police cars, and they were getting, putting on all their gear and all of this stuff. These were the guys that were supposed to transport DJ Pat, from one place to another for the bond hearing today or yesterday, whenever it was. Yeah, y'all. $2 million. Now we know he's a millionaire, so I don't know how many millions he has, but apparently he has that. Or he has something to put up as collateral to get out. So is he going to get out? And like I said, why would they bond somebody out that was already trying to flee the country? He had already bought a passport. So pay attention to this. Most of the time, a person wouldn't even get a bond if they just took somebody out in this way, carelessly, and they try to, get a passport right after they did it. Most time they'll be like, no bond. So, is they telling us what's about to happen before it happened? Look at the signs, okay? Look at the signs of them putting it as if, because I don't even think he needed security like that. Why would he need security like that? Y'all, if they got all this evidence that he did this and this and that and that, why would his life be in danger right now like that? Well, they all quiet. They ain't saying nothing. They not in Atlanta. It's like that. It ain't like that. They moving around in Atlanta. They're in Houston. So why is his life in danger so bad, y'all? And why can't he talk to Jay Prince Jr., okay? And why can't he talk to the boxer? Why is it that he cannot talk to them? But they was all kicking it together, okay, y'all? It's something up. And I do believe they're about to try to take this guy out. If he stepped foot out of that prison, I do believe, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to run his numbers too. But I do believe that they're going to try to take this guy out. And they're going to try to, further hush this up. Okay, y'all? So, like I said, the way things are going right now, he look devious right here, don't he, y'all? He look crazy right here. He looked like somebody that, he don't even got to put no mask on for Halloween. He just looked like he want to do something to somebody. Okay, y'all? He just looks crazy right here. But, like I said, why is it that this guy can be a snitch? Okay? Because that's got to be what he is. If he's a person of interest, why would they, if he was a person of interest, they wouldn't tell him to not hang around this guy. They would want them to hang around each other so that they can, get more information. Okay, y'all? If they was holding something over this one's head, they would want them to hang out together. To see how much information they're going to get. Is they going to talk to each other on the phone? Is they going to say anything? Any of this, that. So I do not believe it's a person of interest. I do believe that Jay Prince Jr. is on that affidavit as a witness. And that's why he's on there. And that's why that Shakur guy is on there. And like I said before, Shakur is, managed by, Jay Prince. He's going to say whatever these guys tell him to say. He is not going to go against these guys if they are part of what happened to take off. He's going to tell them whatever Jay Prince Jr. and Jay Prince tell him to say. Well, you say this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to stick to what I'm going to say, blah, blah, blah. And, it just makes you wonder, is any of this information that's being told to the police and stuff right now, is it accurate? It's a lot of stuff that has inconsistencies right now. And it just makes you wonder. Even the females that all came forward and acting like they didn't see nothing, if this guy was the one just was recklessly doing this, why didn't one of those females mention, DJ Pat at all? They knew him. They know of him. A lot of these females work at the club where he owns. So why ain't any of them saying anything, y'all? Okay? Why didn't they say anything about this guy? This is the first time anybody even mentions this guy, which make it looks as if, This is all of a play. Okay? So that the person that actually did it can get away. All right, y'all? Um, if they had footage, like I said, they would have been arrested. They would have been arrested. This guy. They would have been saying they got a person of interest and this and that. It just seems like he got lined up through the mob ties. Now think about this. How in the world? And people are saying that the police was watching DJ Pat. But I don't think so. I think that somebody had already told on him, but at the same time they was telling on him, they was also talking to him, telling him stuff. To leave, leave the country or whatever. And they were probably helping him with, talking to him about getting a passport, all that stuff. And at the same time, they was talking to him about his plans on what he was going to do. Somebody in their own camp was running back to the police, telling them everything. And this is how the police caught him with the passport and all this money and calling himself in a flea. The same people that he was trusting, which had to be mob ties now because that was their party and all of this stuff. The same people he was trusting was the same people that was running to the police. Now, a lot of people said this a long time ago when I started doing the Mo3 case and going over that since 2020. A lot of people were saying that mob ties they are the police, that they be tricking on people. This is what a lot of people be saying. But now it's seeming like that's true, y'all. From what we're looking at right now, it seems like that is true. And, for the back up his story, they got this guy right here. Remember when I told y'all, I was like, they looking at this little baby face and they looking at his career, that he's this professional boxer. They don't think that he'll lie to them. But he's a part of mob ties. So why would not he lie to y'all? He's going to tell y'all what mob ties now want him to say to the police. I told y'all he was going to be a witness. I told y'all. It was a reason he was even standing right by Takeoff in the first place, because he was going to be a witness. He was going to be like, oh, so he can point the finger at somebody. Y'all, this is crazy how they set this up. It really is. It's crazy. And I think the guy has a public defender, y'all. I think he got a public defender. He got all this money. Why do he got a public defender? That's another thing that's odd about this situation. Why would he have a public defender? And he's a millionaire. Yeah, he got a lot of money. So why in the world would this guy not have a paid lawyer? I'm just saying, y'all. Okay? Due to the fact that Jay Prince has all these islands and all of this mess, this guy should not get no bond. He runs with Jay Prince them. He goes fishing with Jazz Prince them and all this other stuff, okay? All of this just seemed like a play, y'all. It seemed like a serious play right now. And I'm so happy I mentioned this from the start, because now I am seeing right now that everything is falling into place. Everything that I said is falling into place. I said that this boxer was going to be their number one witness. And he was. He was placed there for a reason. He was going to be this big witness. And you see now his name is on the paperwork. Jay Prince Jr. Don't ask me why he's on the paperwork as being a witness, but he is. And, you would think that people would lose a little bit of the street cred because of the fact that, they're always talking about don't snitch, no snitching. And then you turn around and your son is the biggest snitch of them all. Come on now. And people still respecting them like that. And the crazy part about this, I don't even understand why the hitters that be around them is still, being, loyal to this guy. Because it's clear as day that everybody knew the play. Everybody knew the play. Jay Prince Jr. now, and I'm going to say allegedly, but they all seemed like they knew the play of what was going to go down and that who they was going to take out. Everybody knew the play. When they said they was going fishing tonight, or there's some straightening going on, that's what they was talking about to me. I'm saying allegedly, but to me, this is what they were talking about. And he was the big fish that night. I had said this before. All this happened. I said, something was gonna happen between Cardi B and them or the Migos, and it was one of the Migos. I said this before it happened. I said, and I also said that, the Shakur guy was gonna be a witness because they think that he's a reliable person to be a witness. They don't think that he's gonna get up there and lie, which don't make no sense because if he's a part of mob ties, why would he tell the police the truth? Why would he tell them, y'all? This whole thing is weird that the police is just acting like everything that they're being told by, people that's in a street association, is real. It's real. I wouldn't be surprised if they helped this guy get the, and this some backdoor in right here. For you to be, this guy to be a part of your crew, and now you all are throwing him under the bus, and you all knew the play too. And this is my personal opinion, that they all knew the play. And this make you wonder, why is people loyal to these guys? Why? Because in a way of world, I would be loyal to somebody that somebody else was loyal to you too, and you just threw them under the bus. And you tell them, play your position. You get rewarded later when you play your position. I can hear Jay Prince Jr. saying that in my head right now. Like, you get rewarded when you play your position, so it's just your time to play your position. Okay? And this is why this dummy is saying that. You know what I'm saying, y'all? This is why DJ Pat is throwing up videos or footage saying that, talking about playing your position. Because this is what mob ties then fed him in his head, okay? So they can get all the heat off of the rest of the crew. That, no, we ain't had nothing to do with this, okay? And another thing that's weird about this whole thing, they say every Monday he throw this illegal gambling party. Every Monday. And the police know about this. They see bodies is dropping around these illegal gambling parties, and they still continue to let him do whatever it is that he wants to do. It's crazy. And then they get on the news and sit back and act like, they did something truly, truly big. We got him. We got him. We got him. You got who mob ties lined up for you all to get. And it's simple as that. They had time to conjure up a plan on who gonna take the fall. Somebody got to take the fall. Somebody this. And this is who they chose. They chose DJ Pat. And he's dumb enough to sit back and say, I'm going to play my position. But see, it's not going to be, if the heat stay on Houston police, even after they didn't call themselves caught who did it, now the heat is going to be on them to a conviction. And it might just not go the way, he think it's going to go. He might think that he might get off on this. But then, there might be something that pop up that, he stays in prison for a very long time for what happened. And is he going to be able to do that time? That's the question, because he looked like, a little softy. He don't look like somebody that's going to just go in there and just, be good with this for a very long time. I don't see that. So the thing of it is now, is he going to stick to mob ties now telling him to play his position? You know what I'm saying? DJ Pat, is he going to stick to it? Or is he going to give up somebody so that he can get, some kind of deal? And if he give up somebody, is it going to be Jay Prince Jr.? Ask yourself this question. All of these guys are in Houston. And if he gets out and just say that, it's his word against Jay Prince and them, how do you know this guy is going to live to make it to court? Jay Prince and them seems like they slick like that. That they'll tell him to play his position and then they have somebody to go over there and off him once he makes his bail. Something is definitely a brewing, y'all. It's some serious stuff a brewing. And just like I said, I don't think they're a person of interest. I think they're witnesses. That's why their name is on the affidavit. And why is there witnesses if you call yourself, is there no snitching policy? How is your son a witness? This is making them look soft. It's making them look soft. It's making them look like, they backdoor people that's, a part of their crew. They'll throw them under the bus in a minute just to get the heat off of everybody else. And this is what, DJ Pat said. He said, if you take one for the team, basically, to get, in the team still wins, then, you know, you played your part. You played your position. So, I think it's more to the story to come. And if the feds really want Jay Prince Jr. and Jay Prince, they'll put that heat on him. I don't think he should have a bond. I think the feds should push in his head that you're going to be in here the rest of your life if you lose. So you being loyal to them is not going to do you no good. And this is what they're going to have to push to get DJ Peck to talk about the whole thing of who all, you know, played a part in this and who wanted him to do what he did, because he really didn't have no reason to do this. He had to have been there to do this for somebody else. And it's clear as day that, you know, nobody recorded this guy, and he was the one that actually gave him, allegedly, the headshot. And they said that he was hit more than one time. So that just wasn't hitting into a crowd, y'all. That don't make no sense. He could have, what if he would have hit into that crowd and hit, you know, Jay Prince Jr.? What if he would have hit into that crowd and hit another mob task member? So that just goes to show you that it's no way that that was coincidental, that he was just, you know, hitting into the crowd and he was just an innocent standby. No, I don't think that. Not at all, y'all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And like I said before, like I said about Mo3 case, all the people that were on the expressway when Mo3 was taken out on the expressway, all the witnesses, they were planted there. And it seems as if now this whole thing that happened with Takeoff, people were planted in certain positions. It was a reason why that boxer was standing next to him, so he could be a witness. Okay? And I don't know for the love of me why the police feel like he wouldn't lie to them about whatever. Okay? Just to get off mob task members and put it on somebody else that's actually was a mob, you know, he's a part of their crew too. Because this is what I'm hearing, that this guy, this ain't the first time he done hit somebody up and then got away with it. He got away with the last person he hit up in a club or something like this. Okay, y'all? This is what I'm hearing. DJ Pat done did this before. This not his first rodeo, okay? So, a lot of people are saying this, that he is one of Jay Prince Jr.'s hitters. Him and Lil Cam is one of the are hitters for Jay Prince Jr., allegedly. So this speaks a lot, y'all, that, you know, I'm wondering, is people going to, you know, they going to lose some brownie points for this? That they'll throw one of their members under the bus just to get the heat off of the rest of the team. And, you know, this should make people not even want to be no hitter for no Jay Prince Jr. because he'll send them to do something and then he'll turn around and be the one that give them up. This is what this is looking like. It's looking just like Trap now. This is what Trap Boy do. He sent people to go do stuff. He got people and this is allegedly. He sent people to go do stuff and then he got something on them if he want to give them up or whatever and send them to jail. That's what he does. And I said this a long time ago with him. He got all these people working at his little spots, allegedly. And then when he get caught for something and he's scared because he don't want to go to jail, so he gives up one of his boys. And I said this back in 2020, and this is what's going on with this case as well. Jay Prince Jr. allegedly lined this whole thing up to happen. It's supposed to happen at 2:30. They were supposed to keep picking on Quavo till, you know, they set it off for the motion to happen at 2:30 so it could line up with his video. So everybody could, you know, question if Quavo had something to do with it since he wrote the video in the first place. He directed the video rather in the first place. This is the same thing, y'all, going over again. And I'm not surprised that this continues to happen in the industry and people continue to have fall guys to take the fall because it's some ignorant people out here that will go to jail for somebody else just so they can walk and date in there, proving their loyalty. Okay? Y'all pay attention. Pay attention. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Peace.